Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. If this is your first time to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. And also don't forget to click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. So for today's tutorial, you're going to need two picture frames, size of your choice from Dollar Tree. I'm using the longer rectangle ones. And I'm also using the Totally Dazzled Rose Gold Bling Wrap for this project. And I'll leave their information down below if you'd like to go ahead and order your bling wrap. So what you're going to do first is remove everything from your frames, because all we're going to need are the frames themselves. And then you're going to go ahead and get some popsicle sticks or skewer sticks and glue them to all four corners. And the way I glued them is basically use hot glue to glue the popsicle stick, and then over the popsicle stick I put some fix-all glue. And I did that to all four popsicle sticks. And then once they're completely dry, go ahead and add your second picture frame to the top of your popsicle sticks, and then repeat the process of adding your hot glue and your fix-all glue to your popsicle sticks. Now once you've added your glue and connected everything together and it's completely dry, you have the option of leaving it as is, and that's what I chose to do, or you can go ahead and spray paint it the color of your choice if you want it all to be one solid color. But I went ahead and just left it as is, since I know that you're not going to be able to see any of it. And what you are going to see, I'm basically going to cover with bling wrap. So again, I added the fix-all glue to all four corners to make sure that the popsicle sticks were nice and secure. And then once you're done with that, go ahead and get one of the plant hanger chains and measure it out to the size you like, depending on how high your ceilings are or how low you want your fixture to hang from the ceiling. So basically what I did was just connect the two chains together, and then I counted depending on how many chain links I wanted, and I used 11 chain links. I didn't want it to hang too low. So once you count the amount of links that you like, just go ahead and remove them with some pliers, the extra chain that is on your links. I'm sorry, the extra links that are on your chain. And that's easy to do, like I said, with just some pliers. You just pull it apart and then remove the extra chain. And if you don't have any chain, another option might be to use some ribbon, or even some jute twine or something like that, that you can tie a knot maybe onto your picture frames in order for you to hang it. And the way I glued my chain to my frame was actually the same way I used for popsicle sticks, which was added a little bit of hot glue just to make sure it stayed in place, and then put quite a bit of fix-all glue to make sure that they were nice and secure onto my frame. And I put them from the outside in. In other words, I added the hooks to come out, not inwards. You'll see that I changed it around. But just go ahead and put them onto your frame. And I just eyeballed where the center was at. Again, you can just go ahead and use a ruler if you'd like and measure it out. But I just kind of eyeballed it to make sure it was in the center. So I put some fix-all glue and then some hot glue on top of that to make sure that it stayed nice and secure and in place. And the trick here is to allow it to completely dry before you go to the next steps in order for it to stay in place. So you just add your hot glue and then Connect your chain to your glue, allow it to dry, and then add some more fix-all glue on top of that, and then completely allow it to completely dry. And it doesn't take too long, just depending. If I usually place a fan over it just to try to make it go faster, you know, for it to dry a lot faster. I don't know if it works, but that's what I do. So once you're done and it's completely dry, just go ahead and make sure it's hanging the way you like. Now what you're going to do is set that aside and then go ahead and get your bling wrap. And what I did was just measure it around the frame itself. And then I used that one that I measured around to cut the second piece of bling wrap. This rose gold bling wrap is so pretty. I absolutely love it. So just go ahead and measure it out and then just cut a little bit extra just in case to make sure you have enough. And then with the first wrap that you cut, go ahead and cut a second piece of wrap. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and get one of the frame backs from your pictures, and then we're going to glue it with the black side down, or inside, I guess you could say. And what you're going to do is remove the hooks from your frame, from the backing. And all I did was just, there's some tape on these, so I just removed the tape and then removed the hooks from the board. And just don't forget to keep on holding on to those hooks, because I'm sure you'll use them for other projects. So go ahead and get your board, and then you're going to use fix-all glue and some hot glue to put it all around your frame, which the frame that you're going to add the glue to and fix-all is going to be the top frame. And then you're going to go ahead and add your backing to it, making sure the black part of your backing is facing down inside your light fixture. Just like this. And then the top part, you can either paint it, spray paint it, or add bling all around if you like. I'm basically just going to add bling around the edges and leave it as is from the top, because you're not going to see it. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, go ahead and feel free to spray paint or add extra bling on top. So once you're done with that, now we're going to go ahead and add our bling wrap to our frame. And what I did again was use fix-all glue and some hot glue just to start wrapping it around. And I started at one corner, adding a little bit of glue just to make sure it stays nice and secure to start my project. And then from there, I just started adding a little bit of fix-all and then some hot glue, and continued doing that until I wrapped it around the entire frame. And one trick that I could have done, and I should have done before I started gluing my bling wrap to my frame, was actually glue both frame bling wraps together. And if you don't do it like that and add it, glue them before you start adding them to your frame, and you do it the way I'm doing it, I'll show you how I ended up gluing both of the bling wrap together. So here I'm just going to continue to glue my bling wrap all around the top part of my frame. You guys let me know in the comments down below, what color of bling wrap are you going to use? And also, where do you think you'll be using yours at? So once you've added all the bling and all your fix-all glue, just go ahead and allow it to dry before you start moving it around too much. Because since the glue is kind of hot, it will slip and slide for a little while if you don't allow it to dry at least a little bit before you start moving it around too much. So this is why I say if you can do it before and you remember to do it before, go ahead and glue both of your bling wrap pieces together before you do it, add it onto your frame, because if not, it's doable, but it's just harder to do. So just go ahead and glue it all together. And then once you're done doing that, go ahead and glue the bottom bling wrap to the bottom frame. And when you do glue the bottom bling wrap to your frame, go ahead and pull on it just a little bit so it can stay nice and secure and snug, and there wouldn't be a dent or a crease in the middle of your lamp. And I use the popsicle stick every once in a while when the glue was too hot or I just couldn't hold on to it in order for it to dry. So just remember to continue to glue and then pull on your bling wrap just a little bit, not too much, but just to make sure that it's nice and secure and flat all around your frame. So once you're done adding the glue to your bottom frame and attaching your bling to your bottom frame, anything that's left over, just go ahead and glue it onto your frame and allowing it to wrap around the bottom of your frame as well. Now the edging, I basically just glued on the last two layers of bling over the frame so I could wrap it around in order to make it nice and secure at the ends where I started and ended my bling wrap. And here I am gluing the bottom bling wrap to the bottom of my frame in order for it to wrap around so you won't see the black at all from the sides. And there you have it. So what I ended up doing was adding the bling wrap to the top because I didn't like the way it looked. So that's just an option you can do. So once you're done gluing all the bling wrap and you're happy with the way you've glued it onto your frame, what I got were these little crystals, diamond crystals that you can get at Dollar Tree. And I'm using one package for the top of this frame and one package for the bottom. And basically what I'm doing is just gluing them on all around the edge of my top frame and all around the edge of my bottom frame. And all I used was some hot glue to add these diamond crystals to my frame. Now this doesn't have to always just be a hanging fixture. Say you have a lamp already and you just want to recycle it or have a new lampshade. this is perfect. You can make this into a lampshade. Basically, just recycle the frame of your old lampshade and glue it onto this one. And there you have a unique and different lampshade that'll totally make your old lamp look new again. So once you're done adding the top of your crystals, just go ahead and start gluing them onto the bottom frame. Now the crystals, you do have to take your time. What I ended up doing was making a little straight line of hot glue, and I would add 3 to 4 crystals at one time and then hold on to them with my hands so they could actually all stay in place and glue all at the same time. So all I did was just hold my hand on top of them, hold them for a few seconds just to allow them to dry, make sure they were staying in place, and then I would move on to the next section. And there you have it. That's the way it looks with just one row of bling. So the second row of bling, which is the bottom one, what I did was add the crystals, just half of the crystal on top of the shade, and let the rest of it hang down in order for it to have kind of like a lip of crystals down the bottom of my lampshade. And this is the way it looks completed. Now what I did was add some fix-all glue and some hot glue to one of your light fixtures, which is just the one that you can press in and out. And if you want to hang it higher than where you can reach to press it in and out, on Amazon they have some light battery operated lights that have a remote control, and I'll leave that link as well down below if you want to order those. I have already ordered mine, just haven't received them yet, and I'll be replacing the light that I put in here to one of the battery operated remote control ones. So here is your light fixture all complete. So what do you guys think? If you enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. It'll help my channel grow. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.